Good morning. It is 3 a.m. This is fasted cardio. So if it's 3 a.m. and I'm doing cardio, that means it's a work day. As soon as I'm done with my cardio, I'm going to run on out of here, prep my food, jump in the shower, get dressed, and head to the power plant. Whew. Sometimes this is rough. It's kind of rough to get up the motivation to come out and get this done. But if you got a goal, it's worth it. So what I want to talk about this morning. You guys are looking on YouTube a lot and following these social media folks, which I'm kind of trying to put my hand in and try to be one myself. You'll notice they're starting to do a lot of infighting. And to me, that's static. That's static outside my bubble. I don't care what they're fighting about. If you're paying attention, what they're fighting about is, are you natty or not? And some people that's really important. It's not important to me. Being natty and not being natty does not take away from the information that I get from their channels. But when they start infighting right there on their channels and taking jabs at each other, I'm not into all that. So I'll turn them off. I'll find something else. Natty or not, why is it important? If you're natty, good for you. If you're not, good for you. One is going to require more time that you put in the gym. The other one, the gains are going to come quicker. It's a personal choice, a personal preference. That's their life. I have to make choices for my life. And I'm 61, so that means I'm doing all the things medically that I have to do to be able to reach my goals. And that includes TRT. I am on TRT. I am looking at peptides. Peptides are looking pretty awesome. You've got different weight loss peptides and the peptides that help with clearing the brain fog that us older folks do experience. There's a couple other ones out there that are exercise mimics. Hard to talk at 3 a.m. A lot of stuff is in trials. A lot of it's not in trials. Some of it fell out of trials. That's going to start becoming a really touchy subject too. Anything that people can have a disagreement on, whether or not you should be doing it, they're going to fight about it. That's all personal decisions. It's neither here nor there. What I do know is that no matter which one you are, your butt will be in the gym at 3 a.m. prior to going to work doing your fasted cardio. So whether or not you agree with what that person is doing, you still got to put in the time. That's not an excuse. Well, I'm not going to work out because that guy's not natty, and F that. He cheated. Well, in your eyes, he may have cheated, but in my eyes, he went to the gym every day. He worked out every day, and you're not. So don't let that be the reason you're not going to the gym. That's a cop out. What somebody else is doing has no effect on you. It's a cop out to say you're not going to do something because you don't like the philosophy of somebody who's on social media. Fact of the matter is, if you want things, you're going to have to work for it. And you're going to have to work for it whether you take a shortcut or not. I'm more tired than I thought I was. I came down the stairs this morning, down there, busted my neck. Got a good night's sleep, but still, it's a big switch from sleeping in on days off to jumping on the bike at 3 in the morning. Body weight was down today. Another interesting thing to talk about is all these different scales that are out there. For a while there, I lived and died by what that dang scale said. If it said I went up a pound, then my day went like I had just failed at my diet. The scales are important for tracking trends. You hop on the scale, you got one weight, the next day you're up a pound, the following day you're down 2 pounds, next day you're up 3 pounds. It's back and forth. But over time, if you're watching the graph, the weight is steadily declining. And right now my weight is declining. The scale this morning was 1 pound off my lightest weight. But the interesting thing is that my body fat has jumped up 1% over the past week or so. And I know for a fact that this past week or so, I have been locked into my diet. I have been locked into my cardio. I've been locked into my workouts. So that's not going to dictate how my day is going to go. All that's telling me is there's so much variable in these scales. You have to use the body fat indication on it, just like you do the weight indication on the scale. Just look for that downward trend. Depending on what your goals are, a half pound, 2 pounds a week being lost or gained are both reasonable goals. 2 pounds is kind of, you're gonna have to really work on that, but it's achievable. As far as body fat goes, what I'm seeing in the mirror doesn't jive with what I'm seeing on the scale. So I've been told, and I don't know if this is true, maybe you guys know, to have abs, you have to have single-digit body fat. I've seen guys that there's no way they're in the single digits on body fat, but they still have abs. It's different from person to person. You can't judge yourself by what they got. So I still don't have abs. I'm in the 14% area for body fat, taken with a grain of salt. But I do see differences in the mirror. I see the layer of fat on my stomach starting to get thinner. So I know I'm moving in the right direction. I'm going to go ahead and end this cardio talk. I am. This is hitting me pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on my cardio and get myself to work. You guys have a good morning. I hope your work day goes well. I'll talk to you later.